We're with Dan Movahedi from Fury.
Hello,
Dan, dust has just settling from last Saturday night, man.
Yeah.
What a show that was.
That was a good show. You know, obviously we had it proud, 2 at the O2. You know, it was a packed house, good fights, and you know, obviously you guys were down there. So yeah.
What was the fight of the night for you?
For me, it had to be obviously the main event, Max Nunes versus Brett Cole. That was good, isn't it? You know, now new light heavyweight champ, and I think he's fighting on Bama tonight as well. I think Steve's gone down there to support him. Obviously, support the new FURY MMA champ. But yeah, we had all good fights from the K1s, from the K1 women, to up and coming semi-pro fighters. So yeah.
So now we got Thomas, heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
We got Nigel Whittier, lightweight champion.
Yeah.
Max Nunes, light heavyweight.
Yeah, you got Cliff Mix as the middleweight, and you got Carl Orris as the featherweight, I believe. Yeah.
All right. So next card, obviously Fury 7. It's going to be the biggest ever rematch.
Yes.
Hawkins versus Thomas.
That's a grudge match. That's a good grudge match. I'm very looking forward to. I mean, as you know yourself, as soon as Thomas won the belt, within 10 minutes I got a text message, email, Facebook from me and Hawkins saying, let me have him, I can't have retirement and I want to fight him. They've got their personal reasons, they've got their own, you know, reasons of doing that. I'm sure when you interview Thomas or you interview Gary, they'll put their side of the story, and so will Ian. But yeah,
we just want to see the fight.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight.
The build-up's good, isn't it? Any other fights that are lined up for the show?
The other one we're looking at is to get Alex Montagani back from NWA. He just won his fight in the last event. You know, it was just 17 seconds, so he didn't even break a sweat. The guy's up and coming, and he's fought some good names. And yeah, I think we're going to try to put him in for the 77 kg belt. Yeah. Possible options are either Paul Edmonds. I've got a couple of other guys lingering around, trying to get Scott Jensen versus Jordan Miller. That's got yet to be done. But yeah, again, up and coming fighters, semi-pros for amateurs. Yeah, a lot of them coming up. And like I said, it's only been a week since the event, so now back on the computer and start matchmaking.
Brilliant. So we've just discussed the date has now been, because we was told the 11th.
Yes, reason for that being, I think proud to have been down Greenwich Council all week. They've got their licensing in review, not due to the event we had at their venue, but to other previous stuff that's happened there. So we've moved the full event back to November the 18th, back at the Coronet, London. It's a great venue. If you've never been there, you know, we've packed it out twice. There's some good fights there, and obviously that's where Thomas won his belt. So I'm sure he'll feel at home. And yeah, so November 18th, buy your tickets. So obviously you can get your tickets for you guys as well. Yeah, so
we love it there because that is obviously where we set up this fight. Yes. So we're going back to the place we originally did it, which is great. I don't want to put you on the spot, but Hawkins Thomas, who's going to win?
He's put me on the spot, but I tell you what, Hawkins has been saying that he's been training really hard, you know, twice a day, 5 days a week. He's actually taking his fight seriously. I know his last couple of fights, he even said it himself, he could have worked on his cardio more, he could have worked, you know, on his technique, but I know he's been training really hard. Saying that, so has Thomas. I know he's got a couple of fights lined up, he's got a couple of fights on. He's got a UCMMA K1 title coming up. I think he's on that. So I know he's constantly training. He's got loads of fights coming up. So it just, again, be a good fight to watch. And
obviously you was around on their last fight. You wasn't reffing that fight though, was you? That was a couple of years back now, wasn't it? Thomas Hawkins, the first fight.
No, I wasn't reffing, but I was working at UCMMA and I was there to watch it. And I tell you what, Hawkins can take a beating. I don't know what mentality he's got, but he can take a beating. And if he goes in that with proper training and, you know, working hard, I think he's going to, you know, Thomas is going to, you know, see a different Hawkins. But saying I said, you know, you saw yourself, Thomas is slimmed right down, still strong, he's faster, he's stronger, and he's definitely got that knockout power, most definitely. His last 3 fights he's won by knockout, so let's wait and see. And
any words from the Playboy, Stephen Dolan?
The Playboy, yeah, he was happy with the show. Like I said, you know, obviously he's the owner and the promoter, so he was happy. Both of us were stressing on the day. But like I said, he's down in Bama tonight supporting our light heavyweight champ Max Nunes, who's fighting, I think it's David Doran, because I remember saying to the promoter, oh, don't worry, it's not Steve Doran's brother, but I think that's who he's fighting, so he's gone down to support him and show, you know, the support to Max. And yeah, so and we're looking to sell out again, and you know, like I said, our job is to give the crowd what they want and good fights, and I think we've done that last time. We've done that in all our events, and yeah, so
I know there was a lot of stuff beforehand because there was going to be 24 fights, weren't there? And people were saying maybe it's just a little bit too many. But did you do that knowing that most will probably drop out?
Yes, I mean, on the night I think we ended up with, was it 20 fights or 21 fights, I believe. Yeah, you've got to understand, like if it was a pro show, just all pros, then no way I would have matched 22 fights up. But because you have semi-pros and amateurs on there, shorter rounds, and so I looked at some of the fights and you know it's going to be first or second round knockout or it's going to be fast. But like, you know, we just had one break in between the show and if, you know, run well, and even though we started an hour and a half late due to the Paralympics and obviously security issues, but you know, again, apologies to the fighters who were waiting to get on to fight. I know we had a couple of people going, oh, the show was an hour and a half late, this and that. But what can you do? You know, you're there to fight, so, you know, make no excuses.
So it's FURY/MMA.co.uk or CageAmateursUK.com for tickets, yeah?
Yes, for tickets, and that's November the 18th at the Coronet, London. And again, log on to these guys' website and you'll get more information on there.
Wicked. Cheers, Dave.
Cool.
Thank you.